Hey guys, welcome back to another part in our WordPress Themify business website build series. We're going to jump right into it today. I wanted to work a little bit more on the home page. I know it's been kind of a hiatus since I was working on it. I had a lot of stuff happen in life, so it's kind of busy for a couple weeks. Anyway, I just wanted to get back to what we were working on. I made another video about how to make links customized in WordPress, and so that's kind of why this link looks funky in here. I'll change it back. Anyway, I wanted to work on creating a, skipping over this section for now, because I'm still debating what I want to do with it, and skipping over this section for now as well, and I kind of want to go down to the who are our clients, and I kind of want to make a quick testimonials section using the Themify Testimonials builder, and then I want to make an in-page anchor and make a link in here that people click what customers have to say. Maybe we'll put a button here, and it will scroll to this section. So let's just get right into that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to turn on the builder, obviously. And then down here in our Who Are Our Clients section, you see how when you hover over the purple here, or like when you hover into each section, remember I talked about that? Each one is broken up by its purple top. It shows you that it's a new row. Anyway, so right here, if you hover over this row, over on the top right here, it will show you if it has an in-page anchor, meaning this is a section that can be scrolled to with an in-page link, and it does, and it's called Portfolio. Let's go down to our contact. There isn't one in the contact, so let's create one, and I'll show you how to do that. So over here, if you go to the, if you hover over this, rows, options, this little purple bubble, and then you go to the row options, don't go into the styling right here, and you go to row options. It's on grid, row options. And then it has down here the row anchor. And I might have talked about this in a previous one, but anyway, we're going to call this contact form and then hit enter. Okay? And so when we come out of that again and you go into row options, it says contact form, right? And if we save this, you're going to see up in the right hand corner, look, now it has contact form. Now, how do we call to this? Well, there's actually a pretty easy way to do that, and I'm going to show you right now through here. So over on the left, we're going to grab a button since it's built in, and let's make it something that's really visual. Let's center it for, we know we want it centered. We could actually make it full width if we wanted to, which isn't really a terrible idea, but I'm not going to make it full width. And then display, horizontal, let's make it rounded. Or squared, there we go, squared edges. Let's go for an extra large button, and then down here we can change some of its options, and we're going to go for maybe blue. Blue looks really good. And link. Now here's the important part, okay? We're gonna get to that in just a second. Let's see. So in the button text, I want to say there. Now see our reviews, and then right here I want to put in portfolio. Just like that. Okay, and if we hit done, and we save it, and then we close that, we scroll down, and we have see our reviews. See what just happened? We just created a successful button that is an in-page anchor that scrolls to our section where our portfolio, our customer reviews are going to be. It's pretty simple, right? So all we did was create a button, and I'll go back through real fast and just show you once again how easy it was. So we created an in-page anchor by, well, it was actually created in this one. I might have done it in an earlier video, I just can't remember. But anyway, down here, like we hovered over that, it says portfolio. That was created through the row options, and it says it in the row anchor. Name it whatever you want, okay? And then when you're referencing it in your page, what you have to do, like in the case of this button, is when it asks you for a link, generally your link would look something more like this, right? And you're like, okay, well that heads out to Google, right? Right, when you're using an in-page anchor, what you actually use is a hash symbol, right? Or a number symbol, or whatever you want to call it. And then you give it the same name as the in-row anchor that you created. And HTML understands that it's wanting you to scroll to that section. Well, and also it's built into Themify too, how the way it scrolls to it and everything, versus just like in regular HTML, it would just like fly down to it. It wouldn't show you a nice smooth scrolling animation. It would just like pop down there. But we like the scrolling part, at least I do. So that's a pretty simple way to do that. So we got that figured out. Now we need to go down here and say, and change this up a little bit. So let's edit this header, and instead, who are the clients? Let's put this as, there, I kind of like that. That's pretty good. I'm writing this completely off the fly, by the way. I've just built a lot of business sites, so I kind of know the general verbiage of like, oh, this is what a business owner wants their site to say, because a lot of times they are all saying the same thing. So, okay, I would say that's pretty good. And I know it's gray, right? Like we could turn it black if we wanted to. I kind of like the gray here because it accentuates the headline and it doesn't so much accentuate the second part. And this is just a broken down section where they created a styling for this, and they created some images here in their own boxes. I don't really want this in here. We're actually going to do something totally different. They created this little item here. All right, so let's get rid of these little inner breakup rows, or these little inner sections, and let's go for a new full width section in here, right underneath right there. And we could also do it right under here. In fact, that's probably what I will do. And then let's go for the testimonials right here. We're going to put it right underneath there. And it's going to load in. Okay, so this is where our testimonial slider will be. And I'm thinking, let's see, image top, image bubble. I'm going to go image top. We could also go for a grid style. Grid style will allow us to do multiples at one time, as you can see. And then you can also do the image width and height and what the person says, their testimonial, who they are, their company website, blah, 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 and how it scrolls and all that. So I was going to grab a few images of some people, but I think I just wanted to go over the basics of what I wanted to build here, and then we're going to make it look a lot better. Also, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a background image behind this whole section yet. I just wasn't quite sure. I hate to have them right on top of each other like that, though. So this is the title for the person. You can actually have it, or you could just get rid of it, and then it would make it a little bit shorter, make the content a little shorter, which is kind of cool. So this is the testimonial content. This is what the person says. So maybe I'll just write something real quick, and then we'll just keep going. Okay, guys, so I just wrote some text in here real quick, just giving myself like a phony review. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick a picture of a person too, just to kind of give you an example. So I ran over to Pexels. I know that you guys know that I use this for a lot of stuff. And I just typed in person. I could go man, people, woman, whatever. And I just scrolled down and I picked this one. I don't know why I picked this guy with a cigarette. I just thought it was funny. And so I went ahead with TextSmith Capture. I know I've showed you guys this, and I just hit capture. I captured a picture of his face and I brought it over. So let's just go ahead and use it. I already put it in here. And insert. Okay. So now we have a picture of that guy in there. And I kind of want to make it stand out a little better because, as you can see, it's kind of like just kind of blends in, right? Meaning like it goes from this text straight into the picture. It doesn't really have any separator per se. And so to do that, I want to use a divider, and we're going to put it right above. And see how it's just a solid line? We could go for a dotted pixel. I'm going to go for this dotted look actually. And the thickness, let's push it up to a, how about a 2 or a 3? 2 is pretty good. I mean, I kind of like that too, but let's just go dotted for now. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate this and then drag it underneath. Okay. And let's take a look at that. Okay, I don't like how it doesn't have any padding above it. As you see, it's like sitting right on the line. I don't really like that. It's kind of ugly. But if we click see our reviews, there we go. So now we have a testimonial, and then if we create more testimonials, they'll just slide, or we'll create them. We're going to create another one too, just so I can kind of show you an example of what they look like when you have multiple testimonials in. Because we're actually creating a testimonial section, and testimonials really are worth their weight in gold when they're real. You really do want to accentuate them when you have them for real. Let's add some padding on this. Let's go, let's link them. You know, you click this button to link them. And then let's go like 8 padding top and bottom. That's going to help us quite a bit. Okay, and I want to create another testimonial, so we need to hit edit in there. And then let's do another testimonial. And the way that we do that is by adding new right here. You can minimize these by this button here, and it makes it a little easier to see what you're doing. Okay, let's just create a new one. And so now we'll have a second testimonial. And I'm going to go ahead and just pause it and write something in this one as well. Alright, so I just wrote some stuff. It's not going to show in here because it's showing the one for Bob right now. We could actually do this little arrow, and it's going to show me the second one. I mean, not Bob. The first guy, we'll call him Smoke and Joe. Okay, so Smoke and Joe, we're going to see on the first one. The next one, we're going to pick somebody different. And so person name, let's just say... Alright, perfect. And now we need to just get a picture. Back on Pexels here, let's just go for a woman. And then let's just grab a woman. Any woman will do. I like this. Even this one in the center is a pretty good picture. It's like a lot of these are too stock photo-y looking, all these people. And so you'd want something more realistic looking, like a Facebook type picture or something. I mean, if it was a real testimonial, but let's just go ahead and pick this girl here. Capture, make sure to get a good one. That's pretty good. And we're going to save this to the desktop, doesn't matter what it's called. And close the preview. Go straight back here. Upload a picture of the person. Okay, so now we have that too. Now let's take a look at if we were to go for a grid style. I just kind of want to show you the differences in what it looks like. This is a 2 grid, that's not too good looking. That looks pretty good. If we were to clean it up a tiny bit, the text is a little long, I think, or I kind of want them to be a little more uniform looking. Could also go for a grid 3 style, grid 4 style. This is if we had 4 testimonials, right? And these are actually not bad looking. This actually right here looks pretty dang good to have them like this. And then also we could still we could also still do sliders, so the way that they slide in and rotate, we could still do that too. So we could do it this way, we could do it this way. I think this really looks the best right here. Or we could just do like we had it, which is like a slider type. And it's just going to slide them one at a time. And that looks pretty good too, and I bet it looks really good on a phone as well. Let's just go for that grid, and let's leave it just like that. Oh, another thing I did while I had it paused, I just reminded myself, was I styled it and I changed the font to black. And then remember, in this 3 drop down, you can edit each part of it from its title to its name, so it's whatever. It has all the stuff, person info, slider controls. See that? See how the slider controls, or there isn't slider controls anymore. But I also went to the content, and that's how you change this text of like what he said here about, you know, we really know our flowers. And I changed that to black. And then you could do font family, and we could do whatever we want. I think I've set everything set as Roboto right now, but we could definitely change this if we wanted it to pop a little more. Okay, we could make it bold if we felt like it, italic if we felt like it. Just gonna go regular. And then we could also give it font sizes and text shadows and all that, but we're not gonna do any of that. And gonna go ahead and cross out of this. And it's going to scroll because we have it as portfolio. Okay, so now we're creating a portfolio section, what people think about our work. And we have a couple of testimonials of people who have said some stuff about us. And our site, it looks not too terrible. I know that I kind of would like to box them and make them a little more visual, because see how it's just like so white with text. It kind of looks a little unorganized, even still to my eye, but I'm just trying to give you an example of how to create a customer reviews section using Themify and kind of customize it, bring in pictures from Pexels and the whole deal. So this video is already, I think, like maybe 15 minutes long or longer. We'll probably do a little more editing on this testimonial section to make it look just a little better, because I kind of think like I wanted to put a background, like I said, a color on these, and I hate to make this video a little longer, but I just want to show you how you could do that. So like if I wanted to put background color behind these, which it would just make it look so much better, we could go for the content section, and we could say background, and we could just kind of give it a background on just those, or you see, or we could select the container itself and do a background color. See, and it will kind of accentuate them a little bit. See, that's what I'm saying. Accentuate them a tiny bit. And then we could put a padding on them because they're right at the edge. So let's just put like a 10 padding on them. Let's do it all around. See, and it kind of pushes them in from the edge a little bit. Yeah. And then we could put a border on them too if we felt like it, to make them stand out even a little better. Go for all of it. Go for dashed, maybe black, and then like 1 pixel, 2 pixel, or maybe even just a solid line. I don't know. I don't like how they're different heights. I might actually push that text down so that it would make them the same height, and then I might be a little happier with it. But that at least makes it accentuate a tiny bit more, because it's that looks pretty clean right there. But like I said, I might accentuate that testimonial on the right because I want it to. And maybe it's going to do it, maybe it's not. There it is. Okay, and it's a little tall. There it is. That's pretty close. Okay, so let's scroll it back down to it. All right, it's actually a little taller, so I'd actually want to remove one line to get it perfect. And then also, it's still a little close to the top, and it's really far from the bottom, so my padding doesn't look right. I'd still have to work on that a little bit, and I can do all that real time with the editor. And then, like we talked about too, I could check it out in the mobile and see if I like it or whatever, and I could always change its background. The padding from the top here is a little wonky as well, and then that from the bottom is a little wonky too. It doesn't really need to be that far away, so we're going to do some of that cleanup too in the future videos. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys watching to this point. This site's going to turn out pretty good for just kind of an off-the-cuff build, and just kind of building something random. And we're building something really easy. We could build something way more complicated than this, but I'm just trying to show you, like, if somebody was paying us $1,500 and we were just putting, because that's just a slapstick site really for $1,500, and we're just going to kind of put it together, build something nice for them that they can hand out on a business card and they feel good about their site. So I think that's going to wrap us up on this one. And please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. It really does help a lot when I see the videos get views and that people like them, and that shows me that I'm doing the right thing. And if I'm not, then I can at least change it up and make sure that people are getting the info that they want. Because we're kind of just free will building this, and then in the future, like I said, we're going to probably do a lot more with Themify. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.